Hey everyone, OniLink here, and welcome back to Let's Play Okami, where last time we freed the village of Kamiki from its many curses, actually. But as we explored the village and got to know the villagers, we found that the entrance to the village is blocked. We are trapped here, which is highly unfortunate, because as much as this village is nice, we have a lot of work to do freeing this world from its many curses and problems. So today we're going to be taking a look around for Susano to see if he, the descendant of Nagi, can help us destroy that boulder. The Great Warrior Susano. Jeez, it's not even spelled right. The Great Warrior, eh? Sheesh, he's always snoring like a bear. This is the home of the 2-bit middle-aged warrior Susano. He goes around claiming to be a descendant of Nagi. He's famous around here for his lineage, but he's awfully lazy and too off the wall to be a descendant of a legendary hero. You don't seem to be a fan of his, Isun. Though you haven't left a great first impression, so I'm not sure if I believe you, to be honest. After all, you are kind of a perverted bastard. Well, I don't really see him in here anywhere. He's got some training dolls. He's got swords hanging out. Oh, that one's broken. Here, let's go ahead and mess around with his training dolls. And, I don't know. There's something that seems off about that wall scroll back there. Aha! There's a shrine to Kushi behind it. I dare say Susano has a crush. Looks like an etching of that Kushi girl. I wonder if this guy actually trains at all. Alright then. Susano, I hear you. I know you're here. I know you're here somewhere. Hey. Is it just me, or can you hear snoring from underneath this jug? You think he might be below it? For example, in a hidden passageway underneath the house? Hello there, Susano. You taking a nap where no one can find you? Well, let's... Maybe he's just tired from training a lot. I am the greatest. Oh, Kushi, let's wake this guy up. Yeah, that's enough of that. No wet dreams in my presence. What the? Huh? I feel so well rested. I planned to meditate underground, but fell fast asleep. Huh? Who are you? And what business do you have with Susano, the greatest warrior ever? Do even the beasts know of my great exploits now? Well, Fido, I'm not looking for apprentices. Go back to the mountains and play with your monkey friends. How dare a mangy mutt like you interrupt my meditation? Hey, Susano? Fuck you. Get a load of this guy. All brawn and no brains. Quit messing around and come with us. You snuck in here again. Quit bugging me, you bug. I told you, don't call me a bug. Come on, Ami. We're taking him with us. What do you think you're doing? Put me down this instant. What will the neighbors think? The neighbors will think, Susano, that we're cosplaying Link and Midna from Twilight Princess. I mean, that's clearly what we're doing, right? So yeah, as I mentioned before, Okami is very heavily rooted in Shintoism, with near every named character having roots tracing back to it. From the brush gods to characters like Susano here, everyone's important. Though I would love to share these connections with you, I was not raised in Shintoism, and it is not my religion to share. I don't want to accidentally disrespect believers or push misinformation should my research not be up to par. There are plenty of others online who have made detailed analyses of Shintoism and Okami, and if it interests you, the information is there for you to seek out. Be warned, however, that because Okami draws so heavily from Shintoism, there is a high risk of spoilers should you do this. If you have not experienced this game before, it may very well be wise to wait until you've completed it yourself, or until the Let's Play is complete to avoid spoilers. Now with that said, let's bring Susano over to this giant boulder. You mangy mutt. You brought me all the way out here just to test yourself against me? Then prepare to taste the wrath of my trusty blade. Tohen Boku. Hold on a minute. You're the legendary Susano? Yep, none other than Susano, the greatest warrior who ever lived. And by the way, never interrupt warriors engaged in battle. But I've got a favor to ask you. This huge boulder blocking the path is really getting in my way. Can't you do something about it? What? Come on, please, I mean, you are Nagi's descendant, aren't you? Surely one stone's no match for your mighty skills. Right? It is certainly not beyond my ability. Really? Great! Okay then, no time like the present. Go for it. Wait. A boulder of this size is not very easy even for me. This will require my utmost focus to magnify the power of my sword. I shall retire to the training grounds to make preparations. Wait for my return. I wonder. I've never seen the guy train seriously, ever. Yeah, he doesn't strike me as the type who would actually do any training. I agree, Isun. Let's go check on him. What the heck are you up to, Susano? Just lazing about, drinking sake? Uh-huh, sure. Training, indeed. I know I told that merchant I could help, but a boulder of that size? I don't care if I'm of a legendary bloodline, it's just too big. Oh no, I can't believe I've run out of sake at a time like this. This won't do one bit. That's it for today. I'll just have to train tomorrow. You're not gonna train at all? Just because you can't get a little drunk? I can't train without sake to fuel the fire. Training will just have to wait till tomorrow. Why do today what can be put off until tomorrow? That's doing things the Susano way. Ha ha ha. Sake? Oh yeah, this village has a sake brewing girl, doesn't it? Yeah, Isun, I know I said you didn't leave a good first impression, but I was wrong to doubt you about Susano. He is an absolute mess. Alright, Kushi! Here, I need your help brewing sake. I'll cut up the rice. I'll get it all prepared. And then I have pause. I can't really process it. I don't really have hands to work with the rice all that well. Can you help me? Oh, hello there. I've got a bit of a problem, you know. I have to polish rice in the mill house before I can use it. But the mill's broken. A wicked monster broke it the other day. It's hopeless trying to make good sake without clean rice. Wow, that's too bad. I should never have let that monster try my new thunder brew. A broken mill and flattened crops, that's all the thanks I get. Don't go giving monsters sake. They're bad enough sober. Sheesh, what was she thinking? Anyway, I guess this is a matter of fixing something that's broken. Sounds like something you could handle with your brush, Ami. We just need to fix the broken water wheel, the broken water mill? That doesn't sound too bad with our powers of restoration. Make sure that's fully filled in and... What's this? The mill's been mended. Who on earth did that? I'd completely given up on the idea of making my sake. But now I can get on with polishing the rice. Well, no time like the present. I better get started. Alright, with the mill running, Kushi can make the sake again. Let's go check in on her. How you doing? Can I get some sake actually for my efforts? I don't mean to like beg for reward, but I do need to feed Susano. Please? You're interested in how to brew sake, are you, Snowy? Well, this thing here's for polishing the rice, you see. Oh, I'll tell you what. I've got something I think you'll like. It's just some leftover stock from the store. But I made it myself. It's called Vista of the Gods. Oh, but are you even old enough to drink, Snowy? I mean, I'm an immortal god, so I imagine Materasu is more than old enough to drink sake, but no, we're not drinking your sake. We're gifting it. Thank you though, Kushi. Damn, I can never get that minigame. I can never ever win at it. And I need to be far more on top of actually trying that right away. Susano, I bring you sake. Now you have no excuse. Hold it right there, Fido. That smell. Is that Kushi's famous homebrewed sake? Fido, my friend! Did you bring me some of Kushi's sake? Oh, what a glorious day! Ah, good old sake. A man without drink is like a warrior without his trusty sword. In fact, it is said that Nagi himself relied on the power of sake in his battle with the dreaded Orochi. It's also clear now. Let the training begin. Okay, he's actually gonna do it. He's actually gonna train. Let's help him out. I'll just try a bit of my usual routine. Okay, here I come. Because somehow I doubt he can do this on his own. That's a big boulder. We can't do it on our own, so it's gonna be teamwork then. Amaterasu and Susano. Feast your eyes on this. Susano style, exploding implosion. Let's hope he didn't notice the tree falling down in the back. Huh? Hiya! Susano style, exploding implosion. That's amazing! You sliced that huge rock clean in half! You really are something! Wow, I didn't think you could do it, Pops. Me either. I mean, of course I could. After all, I am Susano, the greatest warrior ever. You weren't just showing off when you said you were Nagi's descendant. Someone like you'd have no trouble fighting monsters off, huh? Well, anyway, thanks a lot. Now I can start doing business again. Did you say monsters? Oh, of course, no problem. This is a job for the most skilled warrior in all of Nippon. Yes, I shall rid these lands of their vile presence. Just sit back and watch the great Susano work his magic. He shouldn't get all puffed up. He's nothing without us. Hang on, Isun. He may not have been able to do it on his own, but neither could we. Susano is genuinely pretty strong. It was only our efforts combined that took down that boulder, which means he definitely is strong. Think he'll be okay? The monsters outside the village are nasty. Ah, glorious Amaterasu. What a pleasure to witness your heroic deeds. I am in awe. When you cleave the boulder into two, my heart skipped a beat. To see your skills with a brush is to be witness to great art. Yeah, so do we get a reward or something, lady? I hardly think your participation had any impact, little bug. It's Isun! Isun! Stop calling me a bug! I'll crawl back into your kimono if you say that again. My word! I'll relax, lady. Furball here is more comfy anyway. Let's get back to that reward thing you were talking about. Come on, Ami. Put your paw up or something. Go on, shake! I must apologize. I would like to reward you, but I'm afraid I haven't the power. I can barely muster enough strength to make a flower bloom. Though my body stands firmly here within the confines of the village. My roots spread far and wide, protecting remote areas outside. These parts of me are known as guardian saplings. They collect the praise and adoration that gives me strength. The recent evil is eroding the guardian saplings. If this continues, I'll wilt away as well, and my power will vanish. Worse yet, the dark power grows stronger with each passing day. Life as we know it will be consumed utterly in no time. Oh man, this is getting heavy. Great and powerful Amaterasu. Could I be so bold as to request your assistance in rejuvenating these guardian saplings by lifting the curse that enslaves them? I shall mark the locations of nearby saplings on your map. I have grown tired. I haven't even the strength to speak now. I hope that my request has not fallen on deaf ears. Amaterasu, may the fresh scent of flowers protect you always. Bah. I'm always itching for a good fight, but I sure don't want to poke my nose into this mess. Still, I'm stuck with Furball here till I get all the brush skills. Anyway, Ami's a god and all. What could possibly go wrong? Hey, did you listen to her, Furball? You get the rest of the brush techniques to save the world. And I'll steal and learn them. Yeah, that's the ticket. At any rate, let's start by following those marks on the map. Alright, Sakuya, hang in there. We'll be helping you out as soon as we can. We just gotta find a way to restore those guardian saplings. First, however. Okay then, guess I better offload some stock before heading back. Feel free to take a look if you've been sent to do the shopping, pup. Let's do some shopping. First off, we need to make money. So we're gonna be selling off all the treasures we have that are not the Zodiac statue that we picked up. There's still entries for these treasures in our treasure menu. I will be showing that pretty shortly, so we don't need to worry about like losing that or anything. We still have collected them at least once, so we've filled them out. I'll be showing that right after shopping actually, so we can just go through the menu and see what we have. Next, we need to buy a whole bunch of feed bags, because we're going to be feeding a lot of animals in the very near future. First, we're going to be buying 12 seed bags, 5 herb bags, and 1 meat bag. Don't need any fish for right now, which is good. Other options are vengeance slips, which are very expensive. They will temporarily deflect enemy attacks. Exorcism slips to do some nice damage to them. Steel fist sake to improve our strength. And steel soul sake to improve our defense. He also has holy bone S's to heal us up a little bit. Alright, before we head back into the village, because it is time to feed all the animals around here now that we have food bags, let's check out the fan menu. First off, we have on our first tab, the tools, which is basically just our regular inventory. And we have equipment, which are our various weapons that we can find throughout the game. Right now, we just have Divine Retribution, but we'll be gaining a lot more as we progress. Next page, we have our praise. As we gain praise, we can buy upgrades here. Then we have all of our brush techniques we've learned. So far we have Power Slash, Rejuvenation, and Sunrise, with many more to go. Next tab, we have all of this data. We've got a logbook, which has our journal, which will tell us what we are working on right now, with the most recent important dialogue from a major character. Basically just explaining, here's what you gotta do next. Very handy, just in case you need the help. We have a travel guide. The travel guide will fill out as we play through the game, and it basically contains a bunch of tips on how to play. Let's go over the first one, travel tips. There are few places in this wide world where I have not set foot. My travels have granted me extensive knowledge. I've endeavored to record this knowledge in a series of scrolls. Press Y to destroy breakable objects with a tackle. From a tackle, you can initiate a dash if you keep the left stick held down. Obstacles can be left over by jumping with B. Press B firmly to jump to greater heights. Perform wall jumps by pressing B when you contact a wall. Dashing and wall jumping will prove invaluable throughout your quest. To succeed, you must always be fully aware of your surroundings. Use the right stick to adjust the camera angle. Press L to change the camera's relative distance. The map is displayed for as long as you press ZL. Certain areas are inaccessible until you obtain a map. The preceding tips should be of great value to you on your quest. Righteous knowledge is the wellspring of righteous action. This is the true essence of any adventure. So yeah, basically just summaries of how to do various things in the game. And there's a lot of travel guides we'll be collecting. Next we have the Bestiary. So far we found 2 enemies. The Green Imp, rude monkey-like creatures that harass and tease humans, whether frightening the locals or causing outbreaks of disease. These troublemakers have proven to be the bane of humanity. Said to hide in gloomy places, they are portrayed as flautists. Every time we find a new enemy, their entry will appear in here, and I will definitely be going over them as we progress through the game. At regular intervals, I will be popping back in just to check on any new entries. These loot players, the red imps, are harder to exercise than green imps. One night, a man heard the loot music and went out to find the source. I believe I called their weapon a sitar earlier. It is a lute, my apologies. Hiding in the shadows, he saw the imps stop playing and drink sake. Seeing his chance to attack, the man struck out, severing the lute. Severing the lute strings with his blade, the imps disappeared in a wisp of smoke. It is advisable to cut the strings with the brush. So yeah, bit of tips about each individual enemy we find. Next we have the Animal Tome. In here, every animal we have fed will appear. So far we only have 1 animal, the Sparrow at 8%. These tiny birds eat seeds in an adorable manner. Is it not going to let me see the second page? There's supposed to be a second page. Oh, second page of this. Okay. I see. I'm unwise. And the last 2 pages we have are the treasure tome, which show us all the various treasures we found throughout the game. The glass beads, the dragonfly bead, the wooden bear, the coral fragment, the vase. And then over here we have the rabbit statue, the first of our 13 zodiac treasures. So yeah, as we go through the game, this will be filled out with all the various treasures we locate. And finally, stray beads. There are 99 listed right now, with 1 secret that we can find right towards the end of the game. We'll be getting to that when we get to that in a long, long time. And the last tab in the menu is the map. We are in Kamiki Village, with all the houses laid out, and all the important landmarks. If we zoom out, we are in Eastern Nippon up along the north edge, and zoom out further and we can see the entirety of the country of Nippon, which, if you haven't picked up on it, is Japan. It is feudal, I believe feudal Japan. My history is a little weak, I apologize. And we've got a little legend here to let us know where things like save mirrors are. Very good. And that is it for the menu. There is a lot of stuff in there, so definitely good to keep track of everything you can do in there, everything you can check out. Alright, the first animal we're going to be feeding here in Kamiki Village is these hares. They, I believe, eat herbs. And we get a nice 6 praise from the hares. Very nice. Thank you so much, hares. Next up, heading over towards Susano's house. If we can get here quick enough before night falls, we have sparrows. As I said before, I will be skipping the animal feeding cutscene if we have already fed that particular animal before. Next up, crossing the bridge once again. We may be needing to set it to daytime pretty soon. But over here we have Hayabusa. Ah, barely missed. Alright, son, I need you to come back up in the sky. Alright, Hayabusa, I need to feed you. Dogs, such as Hayabusa, eat meat. And another 10 praise. Thank you, Hayabusa. You have a good day. Next animal we'll be feeding is going to be over here at Mushi's house. We've got chickens. Chickens eat seeds. And another 8 praise. I believe that puts us up at enough praise that we can actually go get another upgrade. We'll be holding off on that for now until we've fed all the animals around here. We consumed a radish. Pure white spherical vegetable, fills astral pouch a little bit. Yum yum, radish. Very nice. Okay, next animal is going to be over here in the turnip patch. We've got more sparrows. For another 3 praise. And then there's one last set of animals we can feed in the village. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and check our animal tome once again and then set out. Hello, sparrows. Awesome, got another 4, putting us up to a nice even 60. I keep hitting the wrong button and accidentally went to the options menu there, my bad. With 60 praise, the only thing we can really upgrade is our solar energy, but that's not a problem. Alright, next upgrade's gonna look like it's gonna be solar energy once again. Next, let's go ahead and check out our animal tome now that we've fed some more animals. Chickens! These domesticated birds are known to be quite fond of seeds. Dogs! These meat-loving animals show great loyalty and affection. And hares! These herb-eating rodents are known for their long ears. Alright, doing pretty good. Over a quarter of the sparrows and chickens. There's gonna be a lot of dogs and a lot of hares to feed. But no worries, we'll feed them all in time. Okay, let's get out of here. The village is open, the village is doing pretty alright. Sakuya's not doing too great, but we are on our way out to save her. It is not a problem, we will take care of this, everything's gonna be just fine. The world's not gonna end on our watch. Let's do a save real quick. And let's set out. Into the world. Huh? You probably know this already, Ami, but this here is Shinshu Field, the most beautiful field in Nippon. At least it's supposed to be. But ever since that incident, I've been getting a bad vibe. We better watch where we're going. You can look at the map by holding down ZL. Let's pay attention to the map as we push ahead. So yeah, as Yusun said, this is Shinshu Field, the most beautiful field in all of Nippon. Nippon must be pretty fucking ugly. No, obviously this entire area is cursed. Ami, that's the first guardian sapling marked on our map. It's supposed to be a place for travelers to rest and recuperate, but just look at it. It looks like it could fall over at any moment. This place is definitely cursed from the looks of it. Places where evil has taken hold, luring monsters from far and wide, are known as curse zones. But I've never seen one this big. It's withered all the plant life in the area, even that big tree. It'd take a monster with powers beyond even a god to do this. That tree's an offshoot of Sakuya. It protects nature in the area. Maybe the natural beauty here would return if we revived it? But how the heck could we do that anyway? It's going to be a struggle indeed. As we head through this area, we are introduced to demon scrolls. If you run into a demon scroll, you will initiate battle against local demons. You can do that for money if you wish. It is not entirely necessary. We also have, surrounding this area, cursed zones. This entire area has fallen into a curse, and if you head into it... Holy cow, this is bad. It looked like your regular old curse zone from back there, but the evil here is far worse close up. it would curse a normal person in a flash. I'm afraid it might even rob you of your power. So yeah, no, this is not a place where you want to be. It will rapidly drain your ink and your godhood. Do not stay in curse zones. It is not worth it. I do not believe there is a single point in this game where you have to enter a curse zone. So just avoid it. It's there to make your life terrible. Do not torture yourself. Unfortunately, this guardian sapling is not doing well. If we could revive it, that might help this area, but... Hello. You don't seem to be doing so well, friend. Another statue? Has everyone here turned to stone? They must have been struck by some terrible curse. The only way to help them is to rid this curse zone of evil. Yeah, no, Kamiki Village, when it was in a curse zone, it wasn't nearly this bad. I mean, yeah, all the villagers turned to stone, but we didn't have our godhood robbed from us. And all it took to break the curse was to bring sunlight back. But Shinshu feels in far, far worse shape. Well, there's not really much areas we can go. This entire area is just destroyed. But there is an area to the northwest, which allegedly has a guardian sapling. Don't know how to restore them yet, but maybe it's worth taking a look. Hello, sir? What just happened? I was out here chopping wood and communing with nature, as usual, when I heard a loud rumbling like an earthquake from the lake. Then a huge gust of wind blew up out of nowhere. I don't know what happened next, but when I came to, it was like this. My art workshop was just across the stream there, but it up and vanished. Right when this curse zone appeared. The earth must be angry. All I want is to live with nature in peace, man, but now I can't. I noticed a figure running from the lake toward Kamiki. Whoever it was, man, I hope Mother Earth kept them safe. So this curse came from the lake, you said? And someone came running out of the lake, well, from the lake, towards Kamiki? Interesting and concerning. What's up, nature buddy? Curious about that cave? It's the entrance to a place called Hana Valley, the site of an amazing waterfall, but monsters have moved in now. There's a trippy crystal ball that makes plants grow enshrined there. You'd think gardeners would be flocking here for it. Actually, not long ago that Susano guy went marching in there. It's weird, normally he runs away at the sight of monsters. And he hardly seems the type to try his hand at gardening. Anyway, it's bad karma, man. You could be attacked if you went in. I mean, I could be attacked, but an orb that makes plants grow? That could be just what we need to revive the guardian saplings. Thank you, Nameless Man, and Susano's there too. We'll have to check in and make sure he's okay. Next time on Let's Play Okami, we're heading into Hana Valley to see if we can find a way to make the guardian saplings regrow and be reborn. And hopefully eliminate this world of the curse zones. Or at least begin working on that. I'll see everyone next time as we search for the cure.